Hey everyone, it is Liz, and I am back to do another reading for this time the Earth Sign Collective. And this will be for the rest of the month of May. And so the Earth Sign Collective would be Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And you can certainly check out if you know your rising sign, if you know your moon, if you know your even Venus. Sometimes I find that I resonate with one reader. If it's my rising sign, it totally jives. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes my sun sign totally. It just depends on the situation and what's going on. But this is a very general reading again for the Earth Sign Collective, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. I am using. Someone asked me. This is called the Sasarabito Tarot, and I don't know if you can see the spelling. But it is Sasuraibito, and it's by Stasia Burrington. And there you go. I found it on Etsy, I believe. Anyway, so let's get started here. So I did my regular 14 card spread here. Started with 7 and then clarified. And so what I'm looking at with you guys is perhaps it's the most recent past, okay, for the Earth Sign Collective. And so the first couple of cards I pulled here, the first card was that of the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, take a look at this Knight of Wands here. Yeah. It's fire sign, it's activation, right? Knights are, in general, they go after what they want. There's an ambitious energy there. There's an assertiveness there. And it's almost like this aiming to please type of energy, especially the Knight of Wands. They just want to make sure that everyone's happy. And so it's a very active card. It's a card of, it's very physical. It's on the move. It's ideas, and clarifying it is this 9 of Wands. So we have a lot of fiery energy here. I don't know if some of you Earth signs have been dealing with some fire sign people, or just this situation. The 9 of Wands is all about, it's the wounded warrior card. Okay, this is even in this depiction here. This is someone who is prepared for whatever comes next. Okay, this is someone who is completely ready because they've been there before. That's why it's called the Wounded Warrior card, because in my, again, the 9 of Wands is about being prepared for whatever comes next, and making sure that it's almost like this person has set traps just in case, So the idea of the recent past is that for some of you Earth signs out there, you might have been dealing with a situation where you were really gung-ho about it, or excited about it, or maybe even still motivated about something new in your life, or something that you have gone after and something that you've pursued. And you may have felt either, if not resistance, it was more about this need to just watch back, and again, it's an exciting vibration because it's so motivating, and it's a fun, let's do this, but there's this cautionary vibration with the 9 of Wands. So I don't know, I hope that makes sense. So in your current situation where you guys are right now in May, right, we have this Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is, pages are messengers. They are all known as messengers, but in general, when I look at this card, the Page of Swords, especially, in this specific deck, I'm looking at a young person here. If they're not young, they have young ideas. It could be that some of you are, this is an air sign vibration, so it could be that some of you have been seeing things a little bit differently, dealing with either a young child or someone who is younger than you who might be a bit stubborn, okay? And the clarification card is that of the Fool. So when you've got these two cards together, look at that. I love the artwork on this deck. I think it's, I think the artist was, when I was reading her, description of her work here, and it's based on Chinese anime, which is the coolest artwork. I love it. Anyway, when you have the Page of Swords here with the major arcana card of the Fool, remember the Fool it's the beginning of the journey in the tarot deck. The Fool is the first card. He's on this journey. If you go through the major arcana cards, he's packing lightly, he's just taking what he needs, and he's just taking a leap of faith. And so with the Page of Swords in your current situation here, or where you guys are right now, especially with the Fool, it's about going after something that you want. It's about kind of being in a place in your life where, it's a good idea to, yes, on one hand, I'm getting two different messages here. On one hand, I feel like some of you might be dealing with either someone younger than you, or you might be in a position right now where you feel like you kind of need to put some trust in this, put some trust in somebody that maybe there's been some challenges with, or put your faith in someone that you care about and love, maybe someone younger than you, or, and if this is you, if it's not somebody close to you, it's about traveling lightly. It's about not worrying about, because the Page of Swords it's mental, right? We're in our heads here, and it's almost like some people have a tendency to just think too much, or put too much into something, and you kind of have to. With the Fool card, he's giving you this, because it's a major arcana card. It's like you're in this place in your life right now where you're being offered an opportunity to have this. Not necessarily a clean slate, but it's this leap of faith into a place where you can take some risks and feel like try something new, and not feel like you're setting yourself up, okay, or that you're going to fail. That's the whole idea here with the Fool. Moving into your immediate future, we're talking about probably sometime in the next week or two. I mean, energy is fluid. I always say, it really depends on where you guys are. But the immediate future is this Hierophant card. Really pretty card. I love the Hierophant. In every deck, the artwork is always, it's just, I always can't wait to see. It's number 5. 5 is turning chaos into order, The Hierophant is about conforming to an idea, having a routine. It's teaching, it's counseling, it's this whole idea of being brought together with either a group of people, or having an idea, or having I keep hearing the word a routine, a consistent routine in your life where you're learning something. I mean, this is very Buddhist. I mean, I'm a solitary Buddhist. And that right there, is a representation of living here and now, and being grateful for what you have. It's the beads are about, when you count the beads in meditation, you're counting the beads. It's about mindfulness. It's about gratefulness. And so in your immediate future, I mean, this is about conforming. And for some of you, it could be literally that you're learning something new, because he is holding a book, which, to me is the idea of committing yourself to a new, to studying or learning something new, committing yourself to becoming more of a community of people of like mind. Okay. And again, the idea of having a routine that is healthy, that is good for you, whether it's meditating every day, or doing yoga every day, or taking a walk or a run, whatever it is that you love to do that is good for you. But then the clarification card is this beautiful Temperance card, which is all about moderation and adapting to something that brings you a sense of balance in your life. Okay, so we have the Hierophant card and the Temperance card. I mean, as you can see, he's blending, he's balancing his liquids here. In most Temperance cards, you'll see the balancing of, you'll see 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the ground, right? And she's balancing her cups, and I've always seen her as someone who has been able to overcome. That's the idea of the Temperance card, is to stay calm and do things in moderation, everything in moderation, and learn to, with this Temperance card, clarifying. Now, 2 major arcana cards here. You get the Hierophant being clarified by the Temperance. So, some of your signs in your immediate future, I think, are taking some of your businesses, your business, if you have a business. Some of you most likely are creating something or making something on your own, or making or putting something together that fits just right for your business, okay, for your career. And the Hierophant is about conforming to an idea, and it's almost like a ritualistic thing where you're doing something very consistently, and the Temperance card is finding that right balance. So for some of you, it's discovering that perfect balance for your business, for your career. For others, it's discovering that perfect balance that enables you to get to where you want to get to, whether it's getting healthier, whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to quit smoking, whether you want to, whatever it is you want to do. The beautiful energy here with this Hierophant and the Temperance together is that it clearly represents finding your way, and having a direction where you're feeling motivated, you're feeling that you have the ability to stick to something consistently, and knowing that it's good for you makes it that much more exciting. So that's kind of the energy I'm seeing for some of you, okay? Now moving into the best course of action. I always call this like activation, right? The activation energy. You have got another major arcana card here. Another one. It's the Chariot. So when the Chariot shows up, it's a little different than other Chariot cards. Check it out. I mean, I really personally love this artwork. I love the colors. And so the Chariot is a card of having control. It's learning how to control your temper. It's learning how to not let a situation or not, it's not allowing people or a situation control you or take away your power, because the thing I love about the Chariot is that he is very much in control. He or she is very much in control of their lives. You see the typical Chariot card sitting on a chariot, and he has his horses in front of him, but he's not holding reins. He's directing them with his mind. So the idea of the Chariot is it's knowing that your mind is very powerful, and that you don't have to let anybody or anything force you or manipulate you, as long as you stay in that place of emotional control. I feel like some earth signs this month may have a tendency to want to lose their cool. That's why this Chariot is different from others, because that horse looks like he's, about to like scream, like stop, or something's going on there, this is not a horse that wants to be, he doesn't want to be controlled. They're resisting control. And so in your, the activation card here, the best course of action is to know that you don't want to take, don't surrender your power. I feel like you may find yourself, some of you may find yourself in a situation where you feel like you're surrendering, or someone's trying to take away your power. And with the Strength card, look at that, another major arcana card clarifying it. It's crazy, right? What is strength about? Facing your fears, right? It's mental strength, it's emotional strength, which is so much more important, right, than anything, especially when you're dealing with people that can be very controlling. So I can say that, you may be in a dynamic, you may, whether it's a personal relationship or, a relative or your husband or your girlfriend or your wife or whatever. The dynamic here is that you're not going to allow, the universe shows up in this activation vibration as almost like, because remember, major arcana cards, we can't change this energy, we can prepare for it. So, in the month of May, a lot of you will be finding yourselves holding on for dear life when it comes to your power, finding a way to not let others take advantage of you, even those that you love more than anything in the world. Sometimes they need to learn that they can't just get everything they want, whether this is, whatever your situation is, they have to learn that you worked hard too to get to where you are. And whether you're dealing, again, whether this is a personal romantic relationship, or it's a child, or a family member or a friend. You're in a place in your life this month where you're taking back your power and you're not afraid to face whatever fears you've been afraid of before. You seem to be really in a place of, like, look at that strength card. He certainly, you know, there's a tenderness there to that beast. You know, he's tamed the beast, which is basically what you guys are doing in this month of holding on to your power and not losing your cool. And that's kind of the lesson, right? Life is all about learning. Every experience that we all have, we should take that as a lesson, right? We're supposed to. Anyway, moving into other people around you in this month of May. Hold on, I need a sip. We have okay, here we go. Two of Swords, other people, Two of Swords and Seven of Wands. Give me a second. It's Two of Swords and Seven of Wands, clarifying it. Now, what I find interesting about the other people around you, Two of Swords, this is a deliberate indecisiveness. If someone's just deliberately not deciding. I always think, there was a student of mine in my tarot class the other night last week who had said, this is, deliberate, ignorant bliss. You're deliberately being ignorant. It's blissful ignorance. That's what, and I thought, yeah, it makes complete sense. Look at that. They're deliberately, so you may find yourself dealing with people around you in this month who are just not doing a damn thing about anything. They're not making a decision. They're certainly not, the blinders are on, the crosses. She's looking down deliberately. She's physically in charge of herself, and she's being, he or she, by the way, whether it's a man or a woman, these other people around you, whether this is someone close to you, a friend, a relative, whatever this is, these other people, there's other people around you that are causing this frustration because they're not doing anything about what you want them to do. There seems to be, with the Seven of Wands, here we go, clarifying it. Like, check out that Seven of Wands. It's pretty intense, right? Seven of Wands is, again, with the other people, there's a resistance here. There's this kind of, Seven of Wands is standing your ground. I'm drawing my line in the sand. This is how I want it to be. So again, remember, in the environment here, it's how others are affecting you. It's also how you're affecting everybody else, okay? So I feel like you're dealing with some situation this month for some of you where you're dealing with somebody that's really stubborn and refusing to decide, or they're deliberately just being really just passive, aggressive, and just deliberately avoiding it. Again, it's that idea of deliberate ignorance. It's that ignorant, they think ignorance is bliss, right? It's not. It's eventually truth. Always, the reality always sets in. That's the Seven of Wands. For them, for these people around you, reality sets in because you don't necessarily lose your cool, but you may find yourself in a position, my earth sign people, where you have to literally draw your line in the sand and say, I'm cutting this off. I'm putting a stop to this. I can't keep waiting for you. I can't keep waiting for you to decide. I can't keep waiting for you. I can't allow you to take away my power, and I cannot allow you to put me in this position, because now some of you feel as though with the other people around you in your environment, you may be dealing with one or two people where you feel like, no, this is enough. Okay. So now we're moving into the hopes and the fears. And again, this is kind of what you guys will be dealing with. As far as hopes and fears are concerned, it's an energy that comes in where you're feeling both what you want and what you're afraid of. And so you've got this Page of Pentacles, and pages, again, messengers. This Earth, this is you guys. This is the Earth sign collective, right? So this is a new idea. If you look at the card, take a look at the artwork. I just want you to see the artwork on the card. To me, it looks like, I don't know if it's supposed to be origami, but, or whatever it is, he had this idea and he's manifested it, and he created something. Origami takes like a lot of, you either can do it or you don't, but it's an idea of patience, and the Page of Pentacles is having an idea and putting the energy out there to promote yourself in some way, to either receive. It might be that you're really open to the opportunities of either doing something different for yourself, whether it's taking on, a new project, whether it's taking on a new project at work, whether it's, whatever it is. We've got the clarification card here of the Eight of Wands. So hopes and fears. So I feel like on one hand, I think a lot of you earth signs thrive, right, on busyness, on being busy and being, everything happening. And I think a lot of earth signs that I personally know in my family, people that I read, are all about activation, all about getting out and socializing and communicating, and networking. Networking is a big thing. So this is a vibration of networking, right? And then you've got this Eight of Wands, which is everything happening so quickly, So I don't know if it's necessarily a fear. It's more about some of you maybe thinking, maybe I need to slow down a little bit, or, with all this, with so many of us becoming, being able to go out after many of us being vaccinated, there's this feeling of freedom, not being held back. So on one hand, it's like, yes, I can get out. And on the other hand, it's, I don't know. But the outcome here, you have this beautiful Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is a beautiful, I love this artwork here. Six of Cups is about thinking about the past. It is nostalgia. It's remembering something that brought you personal joy, emotional fulfillment. It's this nostalgic energy, and it's a refreshing reminder that you've been there before. It's a refreshing reminder that you've been in a place where things were light and lovable and loving and just really refreshing, and it's kind of this feeling of a breath of fresh air coming in toward the end of the month, but then you have this clarification card of the Ten of Wands. So I feel like for some of you with this Ten of Wands, you have a tendency to, carry the weight of the world on your shoulders when it comes to personal relationships, especially for those of you that are parents, for those of you that are very hardworking, committed. I know a lot of earth signs that work very, very, very hard, and they become overwhelmed. And so when I look at the two cards together, just psychically, it's this. They want you to, in this reading here, what I'm picking up is slow down, find a way. Remember, own your power. You have your power back. You don't have to be angry about it. Be grateful and be happy. You're conforming to a new routine in your life where you're, I almost feel like some of you are really expanding your business, your career, your life in some ways, becoming more fulfilled. You're creating more of a routine in your life, taking this leap of faith and moving into this place of, maybe dealing with, again, some of you dealing with some people in your life that you may care about or that you're close to that are just shut down, deliberately being just inactive, living in that ignorant bliss where they're choosing not to choose. And you're finding that you're going to have to probably resist it, find a way to just not let it get to you, find a way to draw your line in the sand. And this creative energy coming in for a lot of you, this inspired energy to find a way to either bring in more money or to expand, whether it's your business or to take care of your health. I feel like some of you are not ready to slow down, but just needing a little bit of a pace, like pacing yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. And then with the outcome of the Six of Cups here, which is this refreshing feeling of, knowing and remembering that, well, things were good before, these were things that whatever has fulfilled me before could come back and fulfill me again. It's an idea of, with the Ten of Wands, how much am I willing, at this point in your life, how much are you willing to carry? The Ten of Wands is definitely a commitment to an idea, and it is, sometimes it is a burden card. It can also be, I'm trying to get the nexus together correctly. Six of Cups, I feel like for some of you, you're going through a repetitive behavior pattern with somebody in your life where you always find yourself going back to doing something that maybe somebody you were close to did the same thing, or it's a behavior pattern where, you find yourself remembering, I've been down this road before, and it's just trying to do your best to be all in and I know some of you might be feeling unappreciated for everything you do, but you're not. You are appreciated. You are acknowledged, because the very last card I pulled on the bottom, just to get an idea, was this gorgeous Queen of Wands, which is fire. The Queen of Wands she's the queen of everything to me, because she's beautiful, she's feisty, she's strong-willed, she's intelligent, she can do her own thing, she can, she can cook, she can sew, she can create, whatever it is, that she's just this amazing person who doesn't let her emotions, she doesn't react, on her impulses. This is a woman who stays very much in that zone of, let me hear what you have to say, and let me just stay calm, and let's just see what's going on, And this is also a very creative woman who trusts her intuition. She's guided by her intuition, like the cat she's holding. She has faith in that power. So I would say for you guys, the rest of this month of May, for a lot of you earth signs out there, it looks like it's pretty decent. All right. And I hope that this made sense. I hope this reading made sense. I do believe that there will be some doors opening up for some of you when it comes to expanding your career, profiting from your business for some of you. For others, it's committing to an idea of taking better care of yourself, and you're definitely going there. For others, you may be dealing with either family members or friends that you just need to toe the line with them. All right, so I'll end it there. I hope, again, this was helpful and insightful. Please leave your feedback if you have any questions or you want to book a reading. By the way, I have openings available coming up, so I will post my Square appointment link. And by the way, I'm still trying to get to 1,800 subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. And if you liked the video, hit the like button. Share my videos. That way you can get your friends to like in my channel. All right. And I will be back to do the air sign collective. Oh no, I already did air sign. I will do water and air, I think. I need to take a look and see what I've done. So stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.